Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfside channel. The stream summary will come in 2 days. I'm pretty sorry for the delay, but today's topic is a little bit different and a little bit special. Always special. So what can we expect from Mortal Online 2 when it comes to Sarducca and deserts? That will come maybe next year or something like that. A good friend of mine, Xunila, who played Mortal Online 1 for over 10 years, still logging into Mortal Online 1 to pay his structures there. No joke. I mean, you could still play Mortal Online 1 if you like. The footage you see here is just a few weeks old. But now to the main question. I mean, a few people have reached out to me and asked about the temperatures, the temperature system in general, and also the temperatures on Sarducca, because Sarducca will be the next continent that will come. Okay, let's start with the temperatures. If the temperature is too cold for your character or it's too hot for your character, then your stamina will regenerate slower and you will burn more stamina while doing stuff. And if it's way too hot or way too cold, then you're getting damage. This is also applied on pets. So for example, this horse here, where Xunila was riding on, is a desert horse. If you would, for example, use a Jotun horse there, it would die. This is also why Star Wars introduced camels when Sarducca came out. They are far slower than horses, but they can ride a very long time, even in the hottest deserts. And you can cool yourself off in oasis or in water and stuff like that. But here also comes the tricky part. If you, for example, are in Okmir or a Thurzar or something like that, then you're having a real hard time in the desert, because you're getting a stamina penalty when, for example, someone like a Sarducan doesn't have that. I mean, of course, it's too hot for the Sarducan, then he will also get a penalty for that, but mainly if you have a desert character, if you have someone who is in the lore comes from a desert and stuff, then of course you can endure higher temperatures. Now comes the interesting part for all the people who like to play in steel armor and stuff like that. If you are in the desert and you're playing in steel armor, you die. You simply just die. So Star Wars also introduced a few new armor types. For example, the Sarducan guard armor. This was a heavy armor, but it was not so heavy like all the other heavy armors that we have currently in game. But it was an armor about 16 to 20 kilograms and stuff like that. And if you die in your armor of heat or not, also it was also dependent on which materials you used to craft your armor. Because after that patch, every material had a temperature, how should I say it, temperature stat. So yeah, many people said Sarducca was just Mounted Archer Online, and it was completely correct. It was Mounted Archer Online land, because playing anything else than a Mounted Archer was not worth it in any way. Because every PvE encounter, every monster on Sarducca was nearly impossible to kill on foot. And if it was possible to kill on foot, it was a nightmare. And it wasn't worth the hassle, so you just make a Mounted Archer. On Sarducca and in the deserts especially, PvP was not so present, because not a lot of people played in Sarducca actually. Because getting PvP there was I mean, the population density was far less than in Merland. And if you are someone who wants to PvP all the time, then Sarducca was not the continent for you. And yeah, and a lot of people camped at the bridge, the bridge that connects Merland with Sarducca. The bridge is near Miduli, and on both sides there were, not all the time, but a lot of times there were people just camping there and waiting for people to transport stuff from A to B. But to go back to the temperature topic, at first when they introduced the mechanic, there was also a problem, because the pre-patch stuff you had, for example, pre-patch steel, so the steel you made before that patch, and you made an armor with that, the temperatures wasn't counting. So it was like you had nothing on you. And this is also not good in the desert, but it doesn't get you killed. So people abused that, of course, and there's still today pre-patch steel or something like that. I don't know, or if that is patched currently, I don't know, and I don't care. And how the temperature system was in Mortal Online 1 was okay. It felt fair. It felt okay. It wasn't perfect, of course. But I mean, if you can, for example, like Xunila here with a very light armor and with a desert horse, and on a Sarducan character, it was, I guess, or a Vela, I don't know, you were able to just normally travel the deserts, but there was also some parts of the deserts that were very, very hot. So there he even got problems. And when you come into a sandstorm and stuff like that, or maybe into in the hot midday sun and stuff like that. So if you need to cool down yourself, you can also just go into the shadows of one of these stones here, and your temperature will drop. And Xunila is wearing a Bad-Eye Hunter armor. That was a very light mage armor. A lot of mages used that. So yeah, and exactly this system will come to Mortal Online 2 as well. I mean, the whole system itself. Maybe with some tweaks, maybe with some reworks. But to give you also some additional info about Sarducca, because not many people know something about Sarducca, there were also caves in there where Tephra was in there. But of course, Tephra in Sarducca... I mean, you don't have a Greater Natorus there, you don't have a Greater Furnace there, so... the blast furnace there, so it was not really worth a lot. I mean, you could make tungsteel, okay, then it's worth something, but you can't make chronite or osmium there, and it wouldn't make sense in any way, because chronite and osmium or tungsteel, maybe for weapons, okay, but if you want to run around in an osmium, chronite or tungsteel armor on Sarducca, you were toast. You were toasted. And inside dungeons, there was the temperature was a little bit lower, because of course the sun was not shining in there, so the temperature was a little bit lower. So actually in dungeons, you would be able to wear a little bit heavier armor. And yeah, pets were also affected by the temperature. So if you're bringing there, I don't know, any animal that lives in a very cold area, and you're bringing it here, and you're trying to ride that thing, or I don't know, maybe a snow mulva, or I don't know what. And no, this is not going to work here. I mean, in the perspective of a lot of players, Sarducca was a little bit more hardcore than the normal world. And this is the glass crater, by the way. In there, you can get a very rare item in there, but it's burning hot in there. This is why it's called glass crater, because everything around that looks like glass because it's so hot in there. But it doesn't matter anyway. And what I really wish for, if Star Wars implements Sarducca, or the temperature system with Sarducca and all the other stuff in there, and I really wish for that the compass will get removed in the desert completely. So you're out there in no man's land. You can't open a map, and you need to orientate yourself on the stuff you see, and not on a compass where it says north, west, east. No. This, in my opinion, this would be an awesome feature, by the way, an awesome feature, because you promote player skill with that, because you promote real interaction with that. If you're getting lost in the desert and you're finding someone else, and it's like, where are we? Where's the next town? I don't know. and stuff like that. This is getting funny, and I really hope that they will implement that. But yeah, I know that not a lot of guys in the community actually want that. I mean, it's a hardcore game. It's meant to be hardcore, of course, but sometimes I just think it's not hardcore enough in some points. In the early days of Mortal Online 1, we didn't even had a compass. So. And a lot of people like that, and I actually also like that. I mean, if you don't have a compass in the jungle, and if you don't have a compass in the desert, would be awesome. Because then you need the player skill to actually recognize where are you, where is something, where do I need to go, and stuff like that. And you need to remember that yourself. Yeah, but anyway, I'm drifting away here. I'm pretty sorry. So so please leave a like and subscribe, would be really awesome. And if you have other questions regarding from Mortal Online 1 systems that will come to Mortal Online 2 anyway, and stuff like that, then please make a comment, and I try to make a video about that. So yeah, please please leave a like and subscribe, would be really awesome. And ring the bell and share the video. And special thanks to all the supporters, of course: Carmel, Professor Lukario, Rhonus, Paarthurnax, Cologne, Bulldog, Giovanni, Giovanni Vargas, Mip, Greta, you, and all the others, of course. Always Giovanni Vargas. And never forget to make Sarducca hard. I mean, of course, party hard. What do you expect? Party hard! See you all next time. Goodbye.